From the volcanic fires of the Galápagos to the ancient temples of Bali, from the last glacial paradise of Iceland to the coral gardens of the Maldives. 10 islands that hold the secrets of our planet's most extraordinary beauty. Stories carved by time, shaped by nature, and preserved by cultures that call these paradises home. This is a journey to the ends of the earth. Stay with us as we unveil the hidden wonders that make these islands the most breathtaking destinations on our blue planet. There's something almost mystical about islands. Perhaps it's the way they emerge from the vastness of the ocean like dreams made manifest. Or maybe it's how they stand as living testaments to the raw power of nature, born from volcanic eruptions, sculpted by relentless waves, and kissed by tropical winds. For thousands of years, islands have captured the human imagination. They've served as refuges for unique species, cradles of ancient civilizations, and sanctuaries where time moves differently. Today, we embark on a journey to 10 of the most beautiful islands on Earth, each with its own story, its own magic, its own secrets waiting to be discovered. Santorini, Greece. Our journey begins where mythology meets reality. Santorini, a crescent moon of volcanic rock floating in the Aegean Sea. What you see before you is actually the rim of an ancient volcano, one whose catastrophic eruption 3,600 years ago may have inspired Plato's legend of Atlantis. The island's dramatic cliffs tell a story written in layers of volcanic ash and pumice. Each sunset here isn't just a daily spectacle, it's a reminder of the powerful forces that shape this land. The Cycladic architecture, with its distinctive white walls and blue accents, wasn't chosen for beauty alone. These colors reflect the harsh Mediterranean sun and keep homes cool in the relentless summer heat. But Santorini's true magic lies in its hidden corners. In the village of Pyrgos, ancient Byzantine castle ruins crown the hilltop, offering views that stretch across the entire caldera. Here, local families have tended vineyards for generations, coaxing extraordinary wines from volcanic soil that shouldn't support life, yet somehow nurtures some of Greece's finest vintages. Bora Bora, French Polynesia. The Pearl of the Pacific. 7,000 miles from Santorini, we arrive at what Polynesians call Pora Pora, the firstborn. Bora Bora emerges from the Pacific like a green jewel set in the world's most perfect lagoon. This ancient volcano, now dormant for millions of years, created something extraordinary in its final act, a coral atoll that surrounds the main island like a protective embrace. Beneath these crystalline waters lies a living cathedral. The coral reef here isn't just beautiful, it's a masterwork of evolution. Over thousands of years, tiny coral polyps have built structures more complex than any human architecture, creating an ecosystem that supports over 500 species of fish. The Tahitian people have called these waters home for over 1,000 years. Their traditional dance, the odia, tells stories of the ocean, the wind, and the volcanic mountains. Each movement echoes the rhythm of waves against coral shores. In their language, mana, spiritual energy, flows through everything, the water, the land, and the people who honor both. Galápagos Islands, Ecuador. Darwin's living laboratory. 600 miles off the coast of Ecuador, we encounter islands that changed our understanding of life itself. The Galápagos Archipelago, 13 major islands born from underwater volcanic eruptions, became the laboratory where Charles Darwin glimpsed the mechanism of evolution. These islands are young in geological terms, yet they've become home to creatures found nowhere else on Earth. The giant tortoises that gave these islands their name can live for over 150 years, carrying in their genes the story of how life adapts to isolated environments. Marine iguanas, the world's only seagoing lizards, evolved to dive for algae in the cold Humboldt Current. But perhaps the most remarkable residents are the curious sea lions. Unlike their cousins elsewhere, Galapagos sea lions have never learned to fear humans. They approach with the confidence of animals who evolved without predators, offering visitors glimpses into what the world might have been like before fear shaped the relationship between humans and wild creatures. Maldives. A string of pearls. In the Indian Ocean, 1,200 coral islands string together like scattered pearls across 300 miles of tropical waters. The Maldives exist at the very edge of possibility. Most islands rise barely 6 feet above sea level, making this one of the flattest countries on Earth. These islands were discovered not by explorers, but by the coral itself. Over millions of years, tiny organisms built atolls on the peaks of an ancient underwater mountain range. Each island is a living organism, constantly growing and changing with the rhythm of tides and seasons. The Maldivian people have mastered life in harmony with the ocean. Their traditional boats, donis, are carved from coconut palms using techniques passed down for centuries. The distinctive curved prow isn't just beautiful, it's designed to slice through waves with minimal resistance, allowing fishermen to navigate shallow reefs where modern boats cannot go. Beneath the surface, manta rays with wingspans wider than small aircraft glide through cleaning stations where smaller fish remove parasites. These gentle giants migrate through Maldivian waters following ancient routes, their movements timed to the monsoons that have shaped life in the Indian Ocean for millennia. Bali, Indonesia. The island of the gods. As dawn breaks over Bali's sacred mountains, the island reveals why locals call it Pulau Dewata, the island of the gods. For over 1,000 years, the Balinese have shaped their landscape into living art, carving rice terraces that follow the natural contours of volcanic slopes. These terraces aren't just agricultural, they're spiritual. The Subak system, recognized by UNESCO, represents a philosophy where humans, nature, and the divine exist in perfect balance. Water flows from temple to temple, blessed by priests before nourishing the rice that sustains entire communities. At Tanalot, a Hindu temple perched on a rock formation surrounded by pounding surf, daily ceremonies honor the sea spirits. Built in the 16th century by a Javanese priest, this temple embodies the Balinese concept of Trihita Karana, harmony between humans, nature, and the spiritual realm. Beyond Bali's famous beaches lies Sekumpul Falls, a 7-tiered waterfall hidden deep in the northern jungle. Here, Hindu shrines nestle among tropical vegetation, and local guides still leave offerings to the water spirits before leading visitors into this sacred space where nature and spirituality intertwine. Seychelles. The Garden of Eden Archipelago. In the western Indian Ocean, 115 islands of unparalleled beauty comprise the Seychelles, a place so pristine it inspired the legend of the Garden of Eden. These granite islands are among the oldest on Earth, fragments of the ancient supercontinent Gondwana that broke away 165 million years ago. On Praslin Island grows the coco de mer, producing the largest seed in the plant kingdom. These extraordinary palms exist nowhere else on Earth, and their suggestively shaped nuts once sold for more than gold in European markets. Local legend holds that these trees make love on stormy nights, their passionate rustling heard across the island. Cousin Island, just a short boat ride from Praslin, has been transformed from a coconut plantation back into a wildlife sanctuary. Here, Aldabra giant tortoises roam freely through restored native forest, while fairy terns nest in the branches above. This is conservation in action, proof that dedicated humans can heal the wounds left by previous generations. Iceland. the land of fire and ice. In the North Atlantic, where the Arctic Circle kisses the edge of Europe, Iceland defies easy definition. This is a land where fire and ice exist in eternal tension, where glaciers flow down to meet volcanic black sand, where geysers erupt beside frozen waterfalls. Iceland sits directly on the mid-Atlantic ridge, where the Eurasian and North American tectonic plates slowly drift apart. This geological drama creates a landscape unlike anywhere else. Geothermal hot springs heat outdoor swimming pools even in winter, while the same underground forces create some of Europe's largest glaciers. In winter's endless darkness, the aurora borealis transforms the sky into a cathedral of green light. Ancient Norse settlers believed these lights were reflections from the shields of the Valkyries, carrying fallen warriors to Valhalla. Modern science reveals an even more magical truth. These lights are created by solar particles interacting with Earth's magnetic field, a cosmic dance visible from this rocky island at the edge of the world. At Jökulsárlón, icebergs carved from Europe's largest glacier wash onto a beach of volcanic black sand, creating a natural sculpture garden where each ice formation is unique. Locals call it Diamond Beach, where frozen water becomes temporary art, shaped by waves and wind before returning to the sea. Capri, Italy. The Blue Grotto's eternal mystery. Rising from the Tyrrhenian Sea like a limestone fortress, the island of Capri has captivated visitors for over 2,000 years. Roman Emperor Tiberius made this his retreat, building 12 villas across the island's dramatic landscape. What he discovered still enchants visitors today, an island where natural beauty and human artistry achieve perfect harmony. The Blue Grotto, or Grotta Azia, represents nature's mastery of light. This sea cave, accessible only by small rowboat, glows with an ethereal blue radiance. Sunlight entering through an underwater opening creates an effect so magical that ancient Romans believed it was inhabited by sea nymphs. High above the sea, Swedish Dr. Axel Munde built Villa San Michele on the ruins of one of Tiberius's palaces. His gardens, designed as a sanctuary for both migratory birds and weary souls, offer views across the Bay of Naples that have inspired writers and artists for generations. Tahiti, French Polynesia. The heart of Polynesia. At the heart of French Polynesia lies Tahiti, an island that embodies the romance of the South Pacific. Formed by two ancient volcanoes connected by a narrow isthmus, Tahiti rises from the ocean in a symphony of green peaks, cascading waterfalls, and black sand beaches. In Papeete's vibrant market, the bounty of Polynesian waters and soil creates a feast for all senses. Vanilla pods grown in mountain valleys perfume the air, while breadfruit, taro, and exotic fish reflect a cuisine that has sustained island life for centuries. Here, Chinese, French, and Polynesian cultures blend in a unique Pacific fusion. The heartbeat of Tahiti resonates in traditional drumming that echoes across lagoons. The twar, a wooden slit drum, carries rhythms that have guided Polynesian navigation across thousands of miles of open ocean. These same rhythms celebrate life's passages, birth, coming of age, marriage, and the eternal connection between people and sea. Faroe Islands. The Nordic wilderness. In the North Atlantic, halfway between Iceland and Norway, 18 emerald islands rise from some of the world's most challenging waters. The Faroe Islands exist at the edge of human endurance, where Nordic determination meets the raw power of the Atlantic Ocean. Villages like Gasadalur, home to just 11 residents, represent humanity's remarkable ability to create beauty in harsh environments. Traditional houses with grass roofs aren't quaint decoration, they're sophisticated technology, providing insulation against fierce Atlantic storms while blending seamlessly with the landscape. Mulefosser waterfall drops directly from clifftop into the Atlantic, a 200-foot ribbon of water that embodies the Faroes' dramatic relationship with the sea. This isn't just a scenic wonder, it's a reminder that on these islands, fresh water and salt water, land and sea, exist in constant dialogue. Faroese sheep, descendants of animals brought by Viking settlers over 1,000 years ago, graze clifftops that would challenge mountain goats. These hardy creatures produce wool so fine it's prized by Nordic designers, while their presence maintains grasslands that prevent erosion on these windswept heights. 10 islands, each a unique masterpiece carved by time, shaped by culture, and preserved by people who understand that true beauty lies not in conquest, but in harmony. From the volcanic drama of Santorini to the Nordic wilderness of the Faroes, these islands remind us that our planet's greatest treasures are also its most fragile. In a world increasingly connected, islands remain apart, sanctuaries where different rules apply, where time moves to the rhythm of tides rather than clocks, where the horizon still holds mysteries worth discovering. These are the islands that changed the world by remaining unchanged. They wait for you now, as they have waited for countless generations, ready to share their secrets with those bold enough to seek them.